So, we had 2 lectures on Aryabhatiya. Now, I will be dealing with the third part of our discussion on Aryabhatiya. So, if you recall in the second part, so our lecture more or less ended with the discussion on the geometrical approach to finding the sine table. So, I will start with that to recapitulate, and then we will proceed with the analytic approach, and this analytic approach which has been presented by Aryabhata has in fact no parallel anywhere else in the civilization till even up to 15th century, because what he has primarily done is the discrete version of what we know as harmonic equation today. So, that is what it seems to be. So, that is a very interesting thing. So, we will have a more detailed analysis on this in a lecture exclusively devoted for discussion on how the sine values have been improved upon over a period of time. Then I will move on to certain interesting problems which have been discussed by Aryabhata. So, in connection with certain formulae which he presents with this simple tool which we have been referring to as Shanku. So, that is what is referred to as gnomonic shadow. So, in Sanskrit it will be called Shanku Chaya. So, based on that, what are the things that can be found? We will discuss an application in astronomy, and then even in a day to day basis, suppose there is a lamp. So, if you want to find out the height of the lamp, if you want to find out the distance of the lamp, so how does this device help? So, in finding all these quantities which will be of practical use. So, we will do that. Then we will move on to the discussion of the famous Bhujakotikarna Nyaya. Of course, it has been dealt with in great detail, but what I am going to do is basically choose some very interesting problems which have been given by Bhaskara in connection with that. So, here you will also notice what I have written is Jya Shara Samvarga Nyaya. So, Jya, as I said, so is the chord, semi chord. So, Shara refers to the Bana. So, Samvarga is product. So, here it is basically the product of the chords is same, this we know in a circle. So, what are the applications of this rule? So, that is what I will be dealing with in great detail, and in this connection Bhaskara has presented very interesting problems as illustration. So, those will also be dealt with. So, the hack rat problem, hawk rat problem, the bamboo problem, the lotus problem, the fish cane problem. So, all that will be highlighted today. Then I will move on to the arithmetic progression and sum of series. So, to recapitulate what we did, so this geometric approach essentially had a simple observation that the chord length of 1/6 of the circumference is going to be radius. So, with this the entire table was constructed. Once you know that I told you that the radius so is determined based on the value of pi which is given by. So, once that is known 3438, so then we know r sin 30. So, r sin 30 is known, and therefore, this CD is also known, r cos 30 is known, and then r minus r cos 30 which is versine is known. So, BC is known, CD is known, and therefore, this hypotenuse BD is known, and from BD you get sin 15 degrees. So, sin 30 is known, sin 15 is known, and this general principle sin theta to cos theta to vers theta, and from these two you get sin theta by 2. So, this is the principle, and so as I showed you, so the table goes like this. So, once you know r sin 90, and then with sin 30 you will be able to get almost 15 values. Okay. So, this is what this tree is, and this tree presents 8 values. So, 15 plus 3 23, and sin 90 basically you get all the 24 values of sine. So, what is interesting to note here is, so the geometric approach does not mean you measure. So, it is in some sense, so you observe the geometry and then you get it. So, that is what it is all about, and you do not do any measurement taking a rope and then determine the sine value, that does not mean that. All that is required in this is basically a technique for obtaining square and square root, which has been thoroughly discussed by Aryabhata, and So, you will be able to generate the sine table. So, this is what it is. Now, I move on to then another verse which presents the analytic expression with which it is a sort of recursion relation. So, based on which we will be able to get the entire sine table constructed. The verse goes like this: Prathamat chapajyardhat yairunam khanditam dvitiyardham tat prathamajyardhamshaihi taistai runani sheshani. In fact, this is one of the most terse verses which can be found in Aryabhatiya, and it is extremely difficult for figuring out any meaning out of it, but for the help of the commentators. So, in fact, this verse has been slightly differently interpreted by different commentators. So, Bhaskara has given a certain understanding to us, and Neelakantha slightly differently presents this, but ultimately all of them agree that this is the recursion relation, but how is the recursion relation to be extracted out of this verse? There has been slightly different approaches. So, now I am not going to discuss that in great detail. All that I want to say is this verse basically translates into this equation. So, if you look at, suppose I know value of sin theta. So, theta here is a certain unit, and this unit, as I mentioned, so if you divide the quadrant into 24, this happens to be 225 minutes. So, all that you do is sin theta is theta, you just take as a first approximation. So, you take sin 225 minutes is same as 225. Okay. So, you just take this. Then how do you generate the entire table? So, the relation which has been presented by Aryabhata amounts to this. So, r sin theta is known here, and for any value you will be able to generate once the first value is known using this relation. If you take I is equal to 1 and you want to get I plus 1, right. So, this is how the recursion relation is used. So, you know for first value, now you have to, so suppose you take I is 1. So, then what is I plus 1 theta, sin 2 theta, so will be, so in this relation, so this is 0, right. So, and we have sin theta here. So, the sin theta minus sin theta by sin theta, so minus 1. So, the second value will be 224, the first value is 225, second value will be 224. So, once you know the second value, so you use this recursion relation, you will get the entire sine table. So, this is the method which has been. So, the method which has been presented by Aryabhata, so is to essentially get the sign difference table. So, what he does is from the previous value, see, so this is previous value, these two terms put together. So, you have this previous value of sin theta. So, divide by, so this factor is same. So, this is 1 by 225 is what Aryabhata has chosen. The exact recursion relation, this is easily obtained. One can show that the factor which we will have here is 2 into 1 minus cos theta. So, later astronomers, so this I will discuss in greater detail in a separate lecture. So, they have chosen the value, see 1 by 225 amounts to this, and the other astronomers have given this value is exact value is this, and as an improvement, so this has been refined instead of 1 by 225. So, the astronomers in the Kerala school have chosen the constant to be 233 and half. Okay. That will be very close to this, almost to 6 to 7 decimal place accurate. So, how did they do, etc., will become clear when we move on to the Kerala school. Our discussion on Kerala school will make everything clear to you. So, with this I just want to make one observation. As regards this method which has been presented by Aryabhata, this analytic approach to get the sine table. So, there is an interesting observation which has been made by D'Alembert. He says the method which is curious, he refers to the difference, sign difference table which has been obtained just now, discussed now. About this he says this method is curious. It indicates a method of calculating the table of signs by means of their second differences. If you note this, so this is basically first difference and first difference. So, if you find the difference of these two first differences, all that you note is it is proportional to sign. So, this is what I meant by saying that this amounts to the difference equation, second order difference equation. Okay. So, that is what he has in his mind when he says that by means of second differences, the differential process has not up to now been employed except by Briggs. So, he is talking about in 16th 17th century, and who himself did not know that the constant factor was the square of the chord. Here then is a method which the Indians possessed and which is found neither amongst Greeks nor amongst Arabs. So, this is something which is quite unique. Now, I move on to problems related to the Shanku. So, Shanku Gunam Shanku Bhuja Vivaram Shanku Bhujayor Vishesha Hritam Yal Labdham Sa Chhaya Jneya Shankoho Swamuladhi. So, this is a verse wherein he presents a certain formula, so which has to do with the shadow, how to obtain the shadow length and so on. So, in the figure if you note xy is the Shanku, okay. This is our device with which we carry on the experiment, and here AC represents the lamp post. Okay. So, here this verse says Shanku Gunam Shanku Bhuja Vivaram. The term Bhuja has to be understood, just keep in mind, because we will have an occasion to recall this, and therefore, I have given the note which has been given by Bhaskara. Here he says Bhuja Shabdena Pradipochrayaha Uchyate. The Pradipa is so lamp post, Uchrayaha the height of it. So, this Bhuja, of course, it can be, once you consider a right angle triangle, either this can be chosen as Bhuja or this can be chosen as Bhuja, does not matter, but here, so they have created a certain connotation, and this connotation has been made clear by Bhaskara in his commentary, because this will be otherwise confusing. So, Shanku Bhuja Vivaram, Bhuja is this and Shanku is this, and Vivara basically means the distance of separation. What is stated in the verse is Shanku Gunam, Shanku is xy, Guna is multiplication, Shanku Bhuja Vivaram, take a product of the distance of separation Ax, Shanku Gunam Shanku Bhuja Vivaram, Shanku Bhujayor Vishesha Hritam. See, this word Vishesha is used to find the difference between two quantities. So, Vishesha normally means speciality, but in the context of mathematical texts many a times you will find the Vishesha to be used to refer to the difference. So, Shanku Bhujayor Vivaram basically is the difference in the heights of Shanku and this Bhuja, which is the lamp post. So, this is what it is. AC is Bhuja Uchraya, so the height of that, and the xy is Shanku. Shanku Bhujayor Vishesha is the difference of the two, Hritam is division, fine. So, Shanku Bhujayor Vishesha Hritam. Yal Labdham, whatever you obtain is Sa Chhaya Jneya Shankoho. So, he says that this is basically the shadow of the Shanku. So, this verse has been stated by Aryabhata in order to obtain the shadow that is cast by Shanku, okay, the length of the shadow. So, which means, I mean, if you know these two things xy and AC, so then you will be able to get this, but this has a certain astronomical application, and that is why he has given this relation. So, otherwise, I mean, this is just based on so two similar triangles, and you will be able to get this relation. So, Swamuladhi means Swam here refers to Shanku. So, xb Swamulat from the base of the Shanku, wherever is going to be the tip of the shadow. So, this is what this gives. So, this is a simple straightforward application of considering two similar triangles. Okay. So, the application comes here in the case of lunar eclipse. So, you can think of, see, you just see this. So, this is basically a depiction of what is happening in a lunar eclipse. So, the moon enters into the shadow and earth is in between the sun and the moon, and if you just think of cutting this into half. So, basically what you have is this kind of a setup. So, here the Shanku can be taken to be the radius of the earth, semi diameter of the earth, and this object AC is semi diameter of the sun. So, basically the rays from this top. So, as it moves and it goes and reaches this point. So, if you know this Shanku height and this height, then you will be able to get the shadow. This is what basically Aryabhatta said, and this is an application, and wherein you know the semi diameter of earth, you know the semi diameter of sun. So, all these will be specified, and with these two you will be able to. And how do you know the distance between sun and the earth? So, that is see, in terms of certain other, it is not the exact distance, but we will be able to get from the what is known as this Mandakarna. Okay. This is one application. The other application is very practical. So, suppose you have a lamp post, and if you want to find out the height of the lamp post, so you can actually measure the shadow. So, this is just a reverse problem. So, you know the shadow, you measure the shadow, and hence you can calculate any other quantity. So, this is another this problem has been given as an illustration by Bhaskara. He says Chaya Shodasha Drishta. So, you found the length of the shadow to be 16. Dvasaptatyuchritasya deepasya. So, deepa is a lamp post, Dvasaptati is 72, 72 is the height of this post. Moolam kiyata shankoho dvadashakasya tvaya vachyam. So, tvaya vachyam you have to say. So, what is this distance Ax? So, you have to specify. So, this is just a illustration. So, you know one, you get the other. So, this is just okay. So, we will move on to other interesting verse in Aryabhatiya, and in fact, the commentary to this verse by Bhaskara is something which is very edifying, I would say. I will discuss that. Chaya gunitam chayagra vivaram unena bhajitam koti shanku guna koti sa chaya bhakta bhuja bhavati. So, the problem here is to find out, I mean one important application is to find out the height of a lamp post. This can be considered to be a general problem of this nature, and here what he says is you carry out the experiment twice. So, once keep the Shanku in one place, move the Shanku to another place, so and then measure the shadows that are cast. So, from that, so what is it that you can do? So, the formulation of the problem is this way: Chaya gunitam chayagra vivaram. Let me explain this with equations. So, chaya is the length of the shadow. Okay. So, chaya. So, the length of the shadow, so here refers to MC as well as QD, okay, chaya. So, both are chayas since you are carrying out twice. Then chayagra vivaram, chayagra is the tip of the shadow, vivara is separation. So, chayagra vivaram, so if you consider these two shadows, basically it represents CD. So, C is one chayagra and D is another chayagra. So, chayagra vivaram basically is CD. Chaya gunitam chayagra vivaram unena bhajitam koti. So, una is basically subtraction, but what una? So, Aryabhatta has not stated, but this has to be understood, and here, so this happens to be the difference in the chayas. Okay. Mahata chayena alpa chaya. So, you have to subtract. So, una is the remainder. Okay. So, that is what is mentioned by Aryabhatta by the word unena. Unena bhajitam, bhajitam is divided. So, what it gives is koti. he says. So, koti is actually a dual usage, kotihi koti. So, there are two kotis, okay. And what does this koti mean? So, that is why I said, you remember the word bhuja was used to refer to the height of this lamp pole. So, if that is bhuja, then obviously the perpendicular is koti, and the perpendicular here refers to the plane here, see. So, this is what is koti, and here there will be two kotis, and if this is bhuja, if you conduct the experiment by placing the Shanku at M, then BC is 1 koti. If you conduct the experiment by placing Shanku at Q, then BD is koti. So, since this is bhuja, both of them are kotis depending on where you place the Shanku, and that is why we have the dual usage. So, koti, so this formulation which Aryabhatta has given for the expression of koti, so you get two expressions for koti, one is for BD, the other is BC. So, look at this now and connect it with the verse. So, chaya gunitam, so chaya, so is QD in first case, chaya gunitam. So, gunitam what? So, CD, so chayagra vivaram, okay, chaya gunitam chayagra vivaram, then you divide by unena bhajitam koti. So, this is one koti, this is another koti. Shanku guna koti, so then he says you multiply this koti by Shanku. So, PQ and LM in fact both are Shankus, okay. So, they are of the same dimension obviously. So, when you conduct this experiment, Shanku guna koti sa chaya bhakta divided by the chaya corresponding chayas, okay. So, if you then that will give you bhuja. So, either you can use this expression or you can use this expression, and you will be able to get the height of the lamp post. Bhaskara presents some interesting discussion on the propriety of the application of this rule to find the distance of separation between sun and the earth. So, one can think of sun to be a sort of lamp, right, lamp post. So, it is there. So, you can use this. So, you can do, can we conduct such an experiment and then get the distance of the sun from the earth. So, this is what he is. So, Vishuva Dahani. So, Vishuvat means a certain day, it is actually referred to as equinoctial day. So, sun actually moves from equinox towards the north and then again towards the south. So, this is what we call as Uttarayanam, Dakshinayanam and all that. But suppose you conduct the experiment on an equinoctial day. So, Vishuva Dahani, so he says Gaganatala Madhyavartini Savitari, Savita is sun. So, imagine that the sun is exactly on the prime meridian. So, when the sun is on prime meridian, so the shadow will be exactly in the north south line, okay. So, Gaganatala Madhyavarti Savitari Samadakshinottara Chayagrantara Yojanaihi. So, Chaya Visheshena Shankunacha. See, so Chaya Vishesha is so just now we had a discussion of finding the difference in the chayas, right. So, the difference between the chaya. So, he says chaya vishesha you can find. So, you have the Shanku. So, with all this kechit, some people they felt Vivasvad avanitalantra yojanani anayanti. So, they try to do this. So, Vivaswan is sun, Avanitala is Bhumi. So, they thought that they can find out the distance of separation between the earth and the sun. So, by conducting this kind of an experiment, okay. So, then he says tad ayuktam means it is improper. Atra pradipachhayadvaya karmalapavataropi nopapadyate. In fact, he says, in fact, even to conceive of, to speak of. So, that I mean I can think of two placing Shankus at two different places and then so the chaya measured. So, this is not actually going to work out. Kutaha he asks. So, yasmadaha bhuravi vivaram vibhajet bhuhu shankuhu and so on. He just goes on. So, but the point is, so what we need to understand here is, this is something which is of astronomical magnitude, the distance, and the entire earth is like a point object. So, if you just think of placing a shanku and then thinking of that lamp, I mean whether you place it here or you place it in Mumbai or you place it elsewhere, so it is not going to make any sort of difference. So, this is not going to work out. Okay. So, that is what I think Bhaskara wants to imply, so that you cannot just think of using this experiment to find out the distance between the earth and the sun. So, this is something which is obviously possible for distances which is of terrestrial magnitude and not celestial magnitude. So, this is what he is conveying. Then we have two nyayas, so which is presented in one arya. Nyaya is a certain theorem, so you can take it to be a general principle is called nyaya. So, he says yaschaiva bhuja vargaha koti vargascha karna vargas saha. So, this is something which is very well known. So, bhuja varga, koti varga is karna varga. So, think of this. So, just to make the terms familiar once more, I just think of this triangle OAE. AE is bhuja, OE is koti and AO is karna. So, he says OE square plus AE square is OA square. Okay. So, this is what he says, bhuja varga. Then in the later half of the verse, vritte sharasamvargaha ardhajya vargaha sakhalu dhanushoh. This is the other nyaya which I have referred to as jya shara samvarga nyaya. So, jya is ardhajya AE and EC. So, the product of AE and EC. So, EC is equal to AE and therefore, it is AE square. So, which is same as the product of DE and EB. See, shara is basically arrow. So, if you conceive of this part of the circle ABC, then EB is shara. Consider the other part of the circle ADC, then DE is shara. So, all that he says is sharasamvargaha, the product of sharas is equal to, so this is what we call as product of chords is equal. Okay. This has been illustrated with very interesting problems by Bhaskara. So, I thought I will just spend a few minutes on that. See, this application of this has been illustrated in various contexts, so which look quite apparently different, but then the principle which has to be employed is one and the same. So, that has been very beautifully brought out by Bhaskara by giving very interesting examples. The first problem is this hack rat problem. So, Bhaskara says atraiva means in this connection, while trying to explain this principle and its applications. Shyena mushakodeshan vyavarnayanti, people describe in great detail, tadyatha. So, he first as an introduction he just says ardhajya bhuja, first of all keep this in mind. So, ardhajya is AE, so this is bhuja. Ardhajya mandala kendrantaram kotihi, see, if you look at this, this is ardhajya and mandala kendra is center O. So, antaram is this, so this is koti. Tadvarga yoga moolam karnaha. Okay. So, tadvarga yoga moolam karnaha, this is the bhuja koti karna nyaya, that is mandala vyasardham. Tattu pradarsyate iyam ardhajya shenasthana buchrayaha. So, keeping this problem which is going to be stated, so he says shena is this hawk or falcon. Shenasthana uchrayaha is the height of that. So, Shenasthana uchrayaha, the height of the pole. So, now the problem is this Ashtadashakochraye shenaha stambhe hyakuhu avasan nishkrantaha ekashitya bhayat श्येनात् गच्छन् आलयदृष्टिः क्रूरेण निपातितः ततो मार्गे कियता प्राप्नोति बिलं श्येनगतिर्वा तदा वाच्यम्. Okay. So, the problem is the following. So, let us take this to be the pole. So, the Shyena is sitting here, that Krura Shyena, and Ashtadashakochraaye. So, this is given to be 18. So, here is a hole at the bottom of this pole, and then he says some rat which came out of the hole. So, it is somewhere here. So, this distance he states it as I think 81 ekashitya. So, this circle I just wanted to draw only to show the application of this direct application of this principle. So, he says, so this rat observed this hawk and then it got scared and it wanted to just run into the hole. Okay. So, that is what it says. So, nishkrantaha, it has come out, ekashitya bhayat, so out of fear, so it wanted to get into, shenat bhayat, it wanted to get into, gachan alaya drishtihi, this is what is called alaya, its residence. So, it just starts moving here. So, this rat, but the moment it saw, so it also flew down and then so it grabbed the rat here and it finished it. So, now the question is, so kiyata prapnoti bilam shenagatirva tada vachyam. So, shenagati, the distance travelled by Shyena, okay, shenagatihi. So, kiyata bilam prapnoti means, so how much it has to cover in order to reach the hole. So, what was the distance before which it was caught. So, basically the question is, so what is this and what is this, assuming that both of them travel at the same speed. So, this is the problem, and this one can straight away see that it is the application of this Jashara Samvarga Nyaya which has been discussed. So, this distance and this distance are one and the same because they travel at the same speed. So, we have this, so suppose we use the same notation, that will be easier. So, EA, see, so let us say this is EA, so EA square divided by, so suppose we call this as D. So, D is, so suppose this is B is equal to EB. So, EA is known, DE, so that is all. So, you will be able to solve this problem. Okay, this is a direct application of this. Okay, and very different problems, more or less they use the same principle. So, in fact, the answers are 38 and half, and so this is basically, so this you know, so this is r minus x, so this distance you will be able to solve this problem, and what you will basically get is, so this 81 plus 4, so this will be 4, so if you do that, So 81 plus 4 by 2, so and this will be the radius, and 81 minus 4 by 2, so that will be the, so this is what 2 are, okay. So these are the answers. Then we have this bamboo problem. So षोडश हस्तः वंशः पवनेन निपातितः स्वमूलात् अष्टौ गत्वा पतितः कस्मिन् भग्नः मरुत्वतो वाच्यः. So he says, think of a bamboo, and this bamboo षोडश हस्तः, so it is, the height is 16, वंशः पवनेन निपातितः, so it sort of fell because of the wind. पवनेन निपातितः स्वमूलात् अष्टौ गत्वा पतितः, so स्वमूलात् from the base अष्टौ गत्वा पतितः, so that distance is 8. कस्मिन् भग्नः मरुत्वतो वाच्यः. So tell me, so he has given the height and he tells you, so the distance of the tip from the base, okay. So अष्टौ गत्वा पतितः कस्मिन् भग्नः, so where did it break, so you have to tell me this. So this is the problem. So this is also very similar to this, identical in fact. So one could think of this to be the, so this is our bamboo, so in this, and this distance, so is stated to be 8, I think, yeah. So the tip of the bamboo, in fact the bamboo is like this, so this broke and a part fell like this. So this is specified, and he gives this, you should be able to get the desired answers. The answers are 10 and 6, okay. So 10 from the top and 6 from, so this is the total height was stated to be 16. And the third problem is lotus. So kamalam jalat pradrishyam vikasitam ashtangulam nivatena neetam majjati haste shighram kamalambhasi vachye. In fact, see, today there is a lot of discussion which goes on as to how to make mathematics learning very interesting. These are all very interesting problems which one can find in this to illustrate a very simple principle and application of principle in a wide variety of problems. So this is again a completely different kind of a problem, but you will see that it also boils down to this. So the problem that is stated here is the following. See, he says that somebody noted a kamala, kind of a lotus, okay, and this is all water, okay. So he says kamalam jalat pradrishyam, so this is base of the pond, so I drew once again the circle only to show that we make use of the same principle. So all that he says is there was a wind which was flowing mildly, so in this direction, and this sort of sunk, so this flower got sunk here and it is like this. So this is all he says, kamalam jalat pradrishyam vikasitam ashtangulam nivatena neetam majjati, okay, nivatena neetam majjati, it immerses, shighram kamalambhasi vachye. Tell me, so what is the height of the kamala and what is the height of the water? So what is the data that has been given? So the data given is, this is 8, and this distance, so he specifies it as vikasitam ashtangulam, that is ashtangulam nivatena haste, majjati haste. Hasta is basically 24, okay. So hasta is 24. So with this, once again you can see that it is the same principle, jya shara samvarga nyaya, you will be able to, you can see that, see. So if you imagine, so this problem is essentially, so this is stated, so which is like jya, you understand. So jya varga, so and once he gives this, sometimes he gives this distance. So in the case of hat rock problem, so this distance was given, now he is giving this distance, and in another problem he gave this distance. So it is all, problems look very different, but the principle is one and the same. So the moment you use this nyaya, you will be able to get solution to all of these problems.
Is this 8 or 7? So it says 1 hasta. Okay. I'm going for the English translation. Carried by the wind, it sinks to 1 hasta. That is, it means it has come down 7. Yeah,
No. Say when it was vertical, so it is 8 above the water. Yeah. No. It's no. This hasta. So majjati haste. So here refers to hasta dure from the original. So etat hasta dure majjati. 24. So this distance is 24. Majjati haste. So he says kamalambhasi vachye, you have to quickly tell me what is the height of Kamala and what is the height of water. So the answer you can easily see, it is 40 and 32, everything is used on the same principle. Okay. Finally quickly, so let us see one more problem and then I will proceed further. So there is a small error here, this is matsya, it should be, it is not matya, matsya bakoddeshakeshvapi. So this matsya baka is another kind of problem, fish and crane, okay. Matsya is fish, baka is crane. So this so the problem is stated like this. So षड्द्वादशिका वापी तस्यां पूर्वोत्तरे स्थितो मत्स्यः वायव्य कोणे स्यात् बकः स्थितः तद्भयात् तूर्णं भित्त्वा वापीं मत्स्यः कर्णेन गतो दिशं ततो याभ्यां पार्श्वेन आगत्य हतः बकेन वाच्यं तयोर्यातम्. There is a slight variation of this problem, not exactly identical, but he presents it this way. I will use the same figure. So we should imagine a certain pond. So this is what is referred to as Vapi. Vapi is a certain pond. षड्द्वादशिका Vapi. So the dimension of this, so this is Shat and this is Dwadashika. So the dimension of Vapi is stated to be 6 and 12. षड्द्वादशिका Vapi. Tasyam purvottare sthito matsyah. Suppose normally in all these kind of descriptions where you may have to have geometrical figures drawn, so they will always specify some direction, okay. So we should just take it to be this, suppose this is east and this is north, see. So he says purvottare sthito matsyah. So matsya is this fish, so this fish is here in this corner of this pond. So purvottara is northeast, purvottare sthito matsyah, it is there in that corner. Vayavya kone syad bakaha. So Vayavya actually is northwest, okay. So baka is standing here, okay. This is that bird, so which is, this is bakasthana. So this is matsya and this is baka. So bakaha sthitaha tadbhayat turnam. So this fellow fish saw that baka and he thought that he should try to escape somewhere. So he says bhittva vapim matsya. Bhittva means cutting across. So vapim bhittva matsya karnena gato disham tato yamyam. Yamyam disham is southern direction. Okay. So, this is north. So, what he says is, so this fish cut across this Vapi and then try to come to the southern side. By that time this Baka also walked. So, it noted that he is moving and this fellow went like this. So, along the shore and caught this at this point. So, now he is asking, so Parshvena agatya hataha bakena vachyam tayor yatam. So, what is the distance travelled by these two? So, once again you will see that it is application of the same thing. So, without, so he only thing is what is to be understood here is this distance and this distance are one and the same. So, he has just shifted it and you will get the same problem and a similar solution. Is that fine? So, these are the different kinds of interesting problems, so which are presented by Bhaskara as illustration of these fundamental theorems. Okay. Then I will very quickly discuss to show how Aryabhata has been able to present formulae in very interesting form of composition. So, this is that arithmetic progression problem. So, this is all well known results, but it is only the charm of the language which I wanted to convey and how Bhaskara has interpreted this. Bhaskara says presents 2-3 expressions. So, it is not necessarily a single expression, but you have to appropriately combine the words which has been presented in this to get different formulae. So, this is what it is only to show that kind of a thing. I am just quoting this verse and the commentary. So, Bhaskara in fact says before commenting upon the verse, atra bahuni sutrani. Sutra is a certain formula. So, bahuni sutrani, many formulae have been given by Aryabhata in this single verse. Muktaka vyavasthitani. See, this is a certain style of composition. See, in Sanskrit, so suppose there are 2-3 verses which are combined, then it is called Yugala. So, these two verses have to be read together in order to get the meaning. So, in fact, Kalidasa in the Raghuvamsha, he starts with Raghuna Manvayam Bhakshye and then some 4-5 verses will be there. So, all these verses have to be put together in order to understand. There will be only one verb, so which runs through all these verses. But Muktaka is the opposite kind of a thing. So, within a single thing, so you can combine independently. Mukta means some free kind of a thing. So, freely you can order these words to get one formula, you can freely order some other words and then you will get another formula. So, that is why he is saying Muktaka vyavasthitani means they have been arranged in the Muktaka format. Tesham yatha yogam sambandhaha. Yatha yogam means appropriately you have to put them together to get the formulae. This is just to give you a flavor, I thought I should do this. See, ishtam vyekam dalitam sapurvam uttaragunam samukham madhyam. Ishtagunitam ishtadhanantu athava adyantam padardha hatam. Formula 1, he says ishtam. So, this is with reference to an arithmetic series. So, think of an arithmetic series a plus t, a plus 2d and so on. So, the formulae he says is ishtam vyekam. Vyekam means 1 is removed from that. So, ishtam basically is the number of terms in the series. So, vyekam you remove 1, dalitam divide by 2. So, ishtam vyekam dalitam uttara gunam. Uttara is the common difference. So, by factor with which it increases uttarottara. So, uttara gunam samukham, mukha is the first term. So, add the first term. Okay. So, what does this give you? This gives you the mean. So, you just have to combine these words ishtam vyekam dalitam, you should leave sapurvam, uttara gunam samukham. So, it gives you madhyam, madhyam the mean value of the series, fine. So, then he says madhyamam ishtagunitam ishtadhanam. So, this madhyama, so whatever you obtain, so that you take, you leave the other part. Okay. Madhyamam ishtagunitam ishtadhanam. So, it gives you the ishtadhana. Ishtadhana is the sum of the n terms. Okay. So, this multiplied by n gives you ishtadana athava adyantam padartha hritam. So, this is a different thing. So, adi is the first term, anta is the last term. So, padartha hritam you just divide by 2. So, then also you get the. So, these are in fact much more interesting thing has been discussed by Bhaskara, but I will just stop here. Thank you.